For the best experience, please use headphones or listen in a quiet environment. The secret to a good life: align your values, decisions, and purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start today by asking you a question that can reshape the way you think about your life. What does it mean to live a good life? Not just a comfortable life, not just a successful life, but a truly meaningful one. The ancient philosopher Socrates once said, "An unexamined life is not worth living." Take a moment to let that sink in. When was the last time you truly examined your life, your choices, and your values? When was the last time you asked yourself, am I living in alignment with who I want to be? Defining the good life. Living a good life isn't about perfection. It's not about ticking off boxes on someone else's checklist. It's about living in alignment with your core values and contributing to something greater than yourself. Think about this. If you were to write your eulogy today, what would you want it to say? Would you want to be remembered for the car you drove, the house you lived in, or the impact you made on others? Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, wrote, "Life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose." What purpose drives you every single day? Albert Einstein once remarked, "Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value." Success is fleeting, but value endures. The question isn't how much you've achieved, but how much you've contributed to the world around you. Ralph Waldo Emerson adds another dimension to this idea with his words, "To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded." How often do we measure success by this standard? How many lives have we touched? Here's your first action item. Write down 3 things that you believe make life meaningful. Whether it's love, service, creativity, or growth, write them down and reflect on whether your daily life aligns with these values. Now take this a step further. Share your list with someone close to you and ask them to do the same. Engage in a conversation about how you can help each other align your actions with your values. This not only deepens relationships but also creates accountability. Decision-making and values. Now let's tackle the second question. How do you make decisions that align with your values? Every day, we're faced with choices, some big, some small. But each choice is an opportunity to either step closer to or further away from the life we want to live. Let me share a powerful quote from Mahatma Gandhi. "Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values become your destiny." Think about that. If your actions don't reflect your values, you're not living your truth. You're living someone else's script. How many of us are guilty of that? Guilty of making decisions based on fear, convenience, or the expectations of others. Let's add another layer to this with a quote from Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. "Things which matter most must never be at the mercy of things which matter least." When you're clear about your values, you'll find it easier to prioritize what truly matters over distractions and trivialities. Here's another quote from former U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt. "In any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The worst thing you can do is nothing." How often do we allow indecision to paralyze us? Taking action, even imperfect action, is often the most valuable step you can take. Here's another action item. Before making a decision, ask yourself, does this choice bring me closer to or further from my core values? If the answer isn't clear, take a moment to pause and reflect. Here's an additional action item. Set aside 15 minutes each evening to review your decisions from the day. Ask yourself, did my actions align with my values? What could I have done differently? Use this reflection to guide your choices moving forward. Now consider involving others in this process. Partner with a friend or family member to discuss your reflections. Share your wins and challenges and help each other stay accountable. This collaboration strengthens bonds and reinforces your commitment. The debate, absolute versus relative morality. Let's dive into the big one. Is there an absolute right and wrong, or is everything relative? Here's the truth. Life isn't black and white. It's a spectrum of gray, filled with nuance and complexity. But, and this is crucial, there are universal principles that guide us. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "The time is always right to do what is right." But how do you define right? Right isn't about what's easy. It's about what's true to your values and what elevates humanity as a whole. For example, kindness, honesty, and integrity are principles that transcend cultures and time. They are guiding stars in a chaotic world. So ask yourself, are my actions rooted in these universal principles? Here's another quote to ponder from Aristotle. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. This reminds us that our individual actions contribute to the collective good. When we act with integrity and compassion, we strengthen the moral fabric of our communities. Maya Angelou captures this sentiment beautifully. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. The moral of this quote is that the essence of morality often lies in the emotional and human connection. Here's your next action item. Identify one universal principle you want to embody more in your life. Maybe it's kindness. Commit to practicing it intentionally this week. Compliment a colleague, help a stranger, or simply listen without judgment. And here's an extra challenge. Each morning, set an intention to embody your chosen principle. Write it down and keep it visible throughout the day. For example, if your principle is honesty, write, "Today, I will speak and act with complete honesty," and revisit it when making decisions. Now, to deepen this practice, consider documenting your experiences at the end of each day. What opportunities did you seize to live by this principle? What challenges did you encounter? Reflecting on these moments will reinforce your commitment and build a habit of mindfulness. Your responsibility for others' well-being. Now let's address the question of responsibility. How much responsibility do you have for others' well-being? It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, I have my own problems. Why should I worry about anyone else? But here's the reality. We are all interconnected. Think of it like this. When you throw a pebble into a pond, the ripples spread outward. Your actions, your words, even your energy affect those around you. Mother Teresa once said, if you can't feed 100 people, then feed just one. John Donne captured this beautifully when he wrote, "No man is an island, entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. Your well-being is tied to the well-being of others." When you uplift someone else, you're not just helping them, you're strengthening the human connection that binds us all. Imagine the ripple effect if each of us took responsibility for just one other person's well-being. Imagine the impact of lifting just one person up. Here's an action item. Identify one person you can support this week. It could be a friend who's going through a tough time, a family member who needs encouragement, or even a stranger you can help in a small way. Here's another idea. Volunteer 1 hour of your time this week. Whether it's at a local shelter, community center, or simply offering help to someone in need, small acts of service can create significant change. And here's one more challenge. Start a ripple effect by encouraging others to join you. Share your story of helping someone and invite them to do the same. This chain reaction can inspire a community of kindness and support. Happiness versus the greater good. And now, the ultimate question. Should you prioritize your happiness or the greater good? Here's the answer. It's not either or. It's both. When you're truly happy, not the fleeting kind of happiness, but deep, fulfilling joy, you're in a better position to serve others. Think of it like this. When you're on an airplane, they tell you to put your oxygen mask on first before helping others. Why? Because you can't pour from an empty cup. But, and here's the flip side, if your happiness comes at the expense of others, it's not true happiness. It's selfishness disguised as joy. The Dalai Lama said, if you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. Let's add a thought-provoking quote from Helen Keller. Happiness cannot come from without. It must come from within. True happiness is about alignment with your inner values and using that alignment to make a positive impact on the world. Here's an action item. Identify one way you can pursue happiness that also benefits others. Maybe it's volunteering in an area you're passionate about. Maybe it's sharing your talents with the world. Whatever it is, take one step toward it today. Here's another practical step. Keep a gratitude journal. Each evening, write down 3 things that brought you joy and how they positively affected others. Over time, you'll see patterns that guide you toward a life of both personal fulfillment and greater good. Now take it further. Share your gratitude practice with a friend or family member. Invite them to join you in reflecting on daily joys and the ways those joys contribute to the greater good. Together, you can amplify the impact of this practice. Wrapping up. So let's recap. Living a good life starts with defining what good means to you. It's about aligning your decisions with your values, practicing universal principles, taking responsibility for others, and finding happiness that uplifts the greater good. Your final action item. Choose just one of the steps we've discussed today and commit to it. Don't just think about it, act on it. Action is the bridge between intention and reality. Now, before you go, I have one last request. If this message resonated with you, if you found value in it, hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. Here's why. By subscribing, you ensure you don't miss any future content that can help you grow and transform. By liking this video, you help spread this message to others who need it. Together, we can create a ripple effect that changes lives. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Remember, the power to live a good life is already within you. It starts with a single choice. Make that choice today.